statement, and then we will take questions. So go ahead, Coach.
A great game, a team that didn't give up, fought all the way. We kept jumping up on them and they kept fighting back. And I think that shows how athletic they are. They're a super athletic team that has some great players and certainly deserve that 3-4 ranking. And they gave us a tough game today. And I thought we made a lot of mistakes that we can correct. And I think there's a lot of teaching points we can learn from this. But it was our first real challenge of the year, and it was nice to see our players respond and step up when we needed them and put some goals in the back of the net and get the stops when we needed them. And we're pretty happy we're getting out with the W, and we get a chance to do it again on Sunday.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take questions if you can use the raise your hand function. And we'll start with Joe.
Hey, Coach, in the first half, you guys had 10 goals on 12 shots on goal. What was kind of working for you guys in that opening frame?
Well, just getting good quality shots, being fresh and making good decisions, finding the open players, a lot of assisted goals in that first half, players sliding underneath, finding the openings. And when you get quality shots, we can finish them. And we've done that in previous games. And, typically our second half has been a slower half this year so far. And, I think we scored more goals this half than we have in the other games. But I think, on the offensive end, I think we were definitely a little sharper in the first half.
Our next question is from Gaurav.
Hi, Coach. I noticed that this is the first game all season you guys have allowed double-digit goals. So I was curious what your thoughts were on how your defense played in both halves.
Well, it was a solid game. That's the number 3-4 team in the country, and we got up and down with them. It wasn't a slow-paced game. It was a lot of transition, a lot of people pushing the ball, and lots of caused turnovers. And that creates that transition. And I think we gave up a couple at the end, just, kind of mental fatigue at the very end of the game. Take those back. I think we were pretty happy with the number of stops. They had 5 goals on 8 meters, which is always tough. Getting stops on great players when they give them, free shots from the center of the 8. It's going to be tough to stop those. So they took advantage of those 8 meters, and, we got to make sure we do a little better job and try and limit those opportunities. We got to do a better job on ground balls in our defensive end when we do get a knockdown. We had numerous opportunities to get possessions of some GBs, and we didn't come up with the ball, giving them second and third opportunities, and that gave them the opportunity to score more goals than past teams have.
Our next question is from Skylar.
Hey, Coach, great game today. I just have one question. What did you think of Emily Cockerell's 5-goal game? Or Sierra Cockerell?
She can score, and she had 9 shots and some of those shots, she'd like to have back again, but she's the type of player that has the ability to put the ball in the net, and she's done a great job for us. I think she gets a little bit tired sometimes. We make her play 2 ways. She's playing pressure defense, running all over the place on the D end. Then we expect her to come down the O end. And I thought she did a very nice job considering the amount of effort that goes into being one of our minis. So very happy with it. Again, we'll talk about the turnovers and the, quality shots and making sure that we continue to focus on that.
Our next question is from Alyssa.
Talking about the offense still, no fewer than 5 different players have scored in each of your games and a different scoring leader in each game too, which speaks to the depth. But can you talk about some of the quieter contributors on your team that are adding a lot of value off the score sheet?
Yeah, we have, our midfield, they do a lot of the work, and someone, our second line middies, I think Bianca got a goal today, and that might be the first goal from the second line all year. And what they do a great job is they give our chance for our starting mids to get a rest. We get possessions, and it's really that opportunity where the attack takes over a little bit, and they give us some great time to rest our first line middies and still allowing us to score some goals on the ON. So it's valuable to have that second line, and it's Kara Quimby, Bianca Chevery, and today we had Jenny Markey in there, and we're really looking for that third midi and we'll give a couple players opportunities. I think it was Maddie Baxter the last couple games. So, we'll keep giving kids opportunities and see how these young players do.
Does anyone else have any questions? Go ahead, Gora.
So obviously you guys are playing Notre Dame again on Sunday. I was just curious what you guys are going to look at in film and try to improve upon before a second game of the same team.
Well, I think the first thing is I think I'd like the team to see, how to move the ball in the clear, how they overplay, they jump the ball 2-3 players and it leaves players wide open. And you got to support our teammates and just pass the ball up the field a lot more than trying to run it. So that's one area. I think, the defense will analyze where the openings were, where the mistakes were made, and learn from that as well. And on the ON, we'll take a look at the opportunities and what to do when they do pressure us, because they're giving us scoring opportunities on the opposite side of the field. And I think we need to take advantage of that.
Next question from Melissa.
One question that I had, there were some frustrations with the reffing, and I know you said your team made some mistakes, but there were some mistakes from the Zebras on the field too. How does that kind of affect the flow of the game and your team's morale in the way it affects how they play their game?
Oh, we got to be mentally tougher. It starts with us coaches, and we got a little worked up, and, sometimes it's not great to have the replay screens right there. Showing you a replay. I think we're the only stadium in the country that shows replays right after the plays. And it's frustrating as a coach sometimes when you can see the mistakes and see it right on film and you don't have to guess and wait till to see it later. But we got to do a better job of mentally not letting it get under our skin, not getting worked up about it, and just playing our game and continuing to make plays instead of focus on the things that we can't control.
Joe, did you have another question? No. Okay.
I did not. Sorry about that.